Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Robert Lewandowski, as the Barca superstar is reportedly pleased with Gundogan signing, dreams of winning the Champions League with him at Barca. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Pablo Torre, as the Barca starlet will train with his new team Girona tomorrow as loan move edges very closer. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Sport has claimed that Barcelona striker Robert Lewandowski is really appreciating the efforts the club is making towards the betterment of the 2023-24 season, adding that the poll is of the idea that Ilkay Gundogan signing is in fact a massive step to compete better in the Champions League. The report states that Lewandowski, 34 years old, is eyeing Champions League glory with Barcelona in only his second season with the club. Despite being on holiday, the Poland forward has closely followed all market movements related to Barcelona, and those close to the striker have confirmed that he has highly valued the efforts put by the team and really appreciates the signing of Ilkay Gundogan as well as Inigo Martinez. As far as Gundogan is concerned, the 34-year-old veteran has already shared the field with the midfielder during his time with Borussia Dortmund, and this is why he thinks the German's addition will exponentially increase the competitiveness of the squad. The star striker thinks that Gundogan's presence in the midfield will allow him to perform freely on the field, which was not really the case last season, especially after Pedro's injury, after which he had to put an extra effort by going into midfield to receiving the ball. This in turn reduced his presence in the goal box. In Gundogan's presence, however, the midfield will be much stronger and the forward can function in the way he thrives. Back when he signs for the team, Lewandowski had the realistic aim of winning the league, but now that has been achieved. He wants more in terms of trophy, more in terms of dominating Europe. He has no doubts that the current roster is well and truly capable of fighting for the Champions League trophy, and the players that have been added this summer have only reinforced the group even more. The 34-year-old has now returned from his holidays and will join the group on the Ciudad Deportivo Joan Gamper on Tuesday after understanding all the necessary medical tests. Once that is done, he will travel to the United States to play the pre-season friendlies. Of course, Lewandowski has been a great signing, and we know about the friendship he has with new signing Ilkay Gundogan. They played together some decades ago at Borussia Dortmund, and of course, it doesn't come as a surprise that the striker is happy about the move. And of course, the huge dream of Lewandowski winning the Champions League this coming season, I think, is really huge, but it is not impossible, isn't it? It is not impossible. Yeah, we know we have not bought any quality player because we don't have the money to do so. Our first choices have been ruled out all because of money, but nonetheless, it doesn't mean we should stop dreaming. It doesn't mean we should just say we are doomed or Barca is a laughing stock. No, Barca is still a great club, still one of the best clubs in the world. We have already had that reputation, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing that would take that away from us. Lewandowski, of course, we saw last season, especially during the first half of the season, he scored a lot of goals, but towards after the World Cup break, when he came back, we saw Lewandowski drifting away from the box, and he was not playing his natural position most games. Sometimes you see Lewandowski cutting from the left or going more deeper, and that is why we saw Lewandowski not scoring many goals as we, the fans, could have loved. But now with Ilkay Gundogan on the ranks, a friend of the player and his former teammate, he have admitted that it would be so great to have him, and he will now be freely in his position in the striking role. And I think he will bang many goals because Gundogan is a very, very technical and creative player as well, that we can expect some good assists from him to Lewandowski to bang the goals. Luckily, they know each other ever since, and they will likely understand each other on the pitch as well. Then, moving on to the final story of discussion, journalist Albert Roja has confirmed that Barca midfielder Pablo Torre will complete loan move to Girona in the next few hours, and that he will have his next training session under his new manager Michel tomorrow. Torre happens to be the missing jigsaw that completed Barca's move for Girona midfielder Oriol Romeu. It has been confirmed that Romeo has not trained with his team because of the fact that he is undergoing medicals to become a new Barca player. It is said that the 31-year-old former Southampton midfielder will arrive on a deal worth 5 million plus add-ons, and the same move will be to see Torre moving the other way on loan to Girona. Interestingly enough, Girona also has interest in acquiring Nico Gonzalez, who also happens to be attracted interest from Valencia and Porto. But as it turns out, the 21-year-old will, in fact, be part of Xavi's team after that he will travel to the United States for the preseason tour. His transfer to Porto, however, is highly touted to happen this summer. As for Romeo, he will become Barca's summer signing following the arrivals of Gundogan, Inigo from Athletic Club, and Vitor Roque from Atlético Paranense. It must be noted that despite doing the business this summer, Roque will only be arriving in Barca next summer. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.